Hey everybody, and welcome back to Around the Horrorsphere on Morbidly Beautiful's YouTube channel, a show where I, your host, Nightmare Maven, give you all of the headlines in horror that you need for the week ahead. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into it. For our first headline, some of you may remember Adam Wingard's Death Note, which was an adaptation of the very popular anime series on Netflix. Wingard's adaptation was met with mixed reviews, and by mixed reviews, I mean pretty much everybody hated it. Nevertheless, Netflix has recently announced that it is developing a sequel to Wingard's film. And in case you aren't familiar with Death Note at all, the story follows a high school student who comes into the possession of a notebook that kills anyone whose name is written in it. Speaking of Netflix, here are some horror movies that are due to go up on the site over the course of September. The first being Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Beginning, then some Netflix original movies, The Most Assassinated Woman in the World, Bleach, and Super Monsters Monster Party Songs, as well as The Witch, American Horror Story Cult, and The Walking Dead Season 8. And there are even more Netflix original series and movies that are set to release in September than I can list here, but I highly recommend you checking out the list, which I will link in the description box for your viewing pleasure. All right, so we all know that the latest installment of the Halloween franchise is set to premiere in theaters this October on the 19th to be exact. But did you know that there's also going to be a novelization of the upcoming movie that is set to release on October 23rd? The novelization is going to be written by John Passarella. Really sorry about mispronouncing that. And the synopsis reads, obviously very closely to the movie synopsis, but here you go anyway. In 1978, Laurie Strode survived an encounter with Michael Myers, a masked figure who killed her friends and terrorized the town of Haddonfield, Illinois on Halloween night. Myers was later gunned down and apprehended and committed to Smith's Grove State Hospital. For 40 years, memories of that nightmarish ordeal have haunted Laurie, and now Myers is back once again on Halloween, having escaped a routine transfer, leaving a trail of bodies in his wake. This time, Laurie is prepared with years of survival training to protect herself, her daughter Karen, and her daughter Allison, a teenager separated from her family and enjoying Halloween festivities. For those of you that have been watching it, Hulu's original series Castle Rock has definitely been a hit amongst horror fans. If you watch the show, you know that it's not based on any one particular Stephen King story, but instead set in the Stephen King multiverse, which it sounds awesome. It is awesome. I highly recommend you check the show out. But in a piece of awesome news, Hulu has confirmed that Castle Rock has been renewed for a second season. Producers have made it known in the past that were the series to be continued for more seasons, they wanted to do it anthology style, very similar to American Horror Story, so every season being a different story. And for our final bit of news, we got some more Halloween Horror Nights news, and this should probably be about the last announcement we get for the most part. The event is set to start very, very soon in September. If you've been to Halloween Horror Nights in the past, you'll know that for the past couple of events, they've been doing a Blumhouse maze, which features a couple of the big Blumhouse movies that released in the previous year. And this year, Universal Studios Orlando and Hollywood are going to be getting slightly different Blumhouse mazes. Frightening the Hollywood patrons are going to be Blumhouse's Truth or Dare and Unfriended. As a fan of the latter, I'm kind of disappointed that I won't get to experience what Unfriended is like in maze form, but also as somebody that hated Truth or Dare, I'm kind of glad I won't have to experience that again in maze form. As for me and all the other Orlando park goers, we are going to get to experience the first Purge, which is kind of exciting considering the Purge has typically been a scare zone type of deal at Halloween Horror Nights. And the other film that's going to be featured in that maze is going to be Happy Death Day. All right, so those are your headlines for the week. Please let me know about anything I missed in the comment section down below, and let me know what you thought about the headlines that I talked about in this video. As always, you can find more horror movie news, reviews, and just general horror goodness over at morbidlybeautiful.com. And don't forget to follow and like us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All the links for those will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time.